You're gonna point that at me, I am going in the back.
Oh, no, don't worry.
It's probably Zoom, so yeah.
No, we don't, no, I'm not that sophisticated. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming out. It's good that some of you want to say what you need to say, and that's the best. But this is the forum for it, whereas a board meeting is, as you may know or not know, I don't know what you know. When there's a board meeting, it's a board business agenda, and as a result, yes, you get to comment on the items, but it's not about, what about, why is the pool 82 degrees when it should be 86 degrees? Those are not the time for that, but this is the time for that. Anyway, as the notice went out, one at a time, so I can hear and everybody else can hear, and please speak loudly, so everybody can hear, because that tends to be a problem at the meetings when somebody cannot hear you. So I hope everybody can hear me. So what's on your mind this morning, folks? What are your concerns? What is your issues? I see one hand up, and Jacqueline. So Jacqueline is from River Shores. So go ahead, Jacqueline. Stand so everybody hears you.
Yes, my name is Jacqueline. And my concern, or the most important thing for me today,
Right.
I have other things, but today, it's related to the old people that are living by themselves. And I've heard somebody died 2 weeks ago. So I come here to offer my services and to assist those that are alone and maybe to, help somehow. Because I think it's a very delicate situation for the people and for the neighbors, right? So that's my concern today, to offer my services and help somehow River Shores and the other buildings to, do something about it. That's all.
Okay, so now this is where the dialogue keeps standing, because
Okay.
it's a dialogue now, so we understand. Thank you. The question is, you would charge for these services, is that correct? Charge?
I haven't thought about that.
Okay,
I haven't thought about that. I'm just here offering
okay.
my time.
Not a problem. So let me tell you a situation just yesterday. So I may need a Xanax to start it off with, but we'll go through it. There is an elderly couple here who, we don't have to mention names, but most people know it's not a big deal. And there's a backstory with it as well. Supposedly, and I have not looked into it, but supposedly it's online, you could look. The husband has been jailed for elderly abuse. The woman came back from the hospital, I don't know, yesterday or the day before, and the hospital was contacting the association. And I did not respond. And there was a reason why. It had nothing to do with compassion or I hate them, or that's not it. The reason why is once you start getting in the middle of that, there's a liability issue going on. And that's one thing the association does not need to do, is care for elderly people. But there's a little bit more of a backstory with that, is that the couple, they had come up to the office and I had to film it because I was accused of XYZ, going into their apartment, hacking their computers remotely. I mean, woo-woo, woo-woo-woo-woo. So the husband changed the locks, like, I guess they thought I had time to do all this. And it was not left on a good note, that meeting. So when there is an issue, and now there is an issue for the association, potentially, the woman was released, the husband's in jail, supposedly. I'm listening to, they went to show me online that the guy is, what do I care, right? We can't get in the middle of it. So, but of course there's a human compassionate side. So the neighbor is very concerned, and the neighbor is handling it, and I had to sit down with the neighbor yesterday and explain all my opinion my opinion, of all the legal, there's a marriage, the husband may come out of and the woman can't take care of herself, the hospital released her, which I do not get. I don't get it. I mean, when my mother was released, I had to be there. So how the hospital released her unable to care for herself, I see it as a legal liability.
That's a lawsuit, right?
I got it. Yeah. So from the association's point of view, plus, in essence, the couple said, mind your own fucking business. I mean, I'm paraphrasing that. We can't get involved. So I can send it, what you could do is send an email to the community one, not the main one. And, I'd like to help, say I don't know if I'm going to charge. And I could tell you from years and years of doing this, dear one, go in peace. Does that answer everything?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the last two words. It's
Oh, well, I'm saying, you could send an email.
yeah.
I could send it out to everybody.
Okay.
And if somebody needs assistance, they can contact you, but I can say, go in peace. Good luck. That's what I'm trying to say, Chris.
Well, at least I tried.
Oh, no.
The thing is that
I didn't say.
Is getting old and not having anybody, or is very frustrating. And on my floor there are a couple of people that I talk to them all the time, but and I know that they need some follow-up or some connections with their family members, or sometimes it's just a hand to give, and yeah, that's all. Mm-hmm.
And again, not to sound cynical in any way, but it's from years of doing this, and it's 14 now, and it was like 7 years in the 90s. I'm sorry and very sad to inform you, some people make their bed, and unfortunately, I could tell you several stories of where the parents, they were elderly, and the kids wanted nothing to do with them. I cannot resonate with that at all. But that's on a personal level. So somehow, in their mind, the kids, I had one of them, it was an only son, and elderly parents, the husband died, the mother was left here, and I could hear it today. He left on a Saturday just about this time. I remember it like yesterday. He said, she's all yours, and walked away from her. And, but because I had seen him in the hall, and he was done with, and it was on our floor, by the way, Rob, in 302, Mrs. Lewis. Anyway, she's long gone now, but I'm giving you information, because it's not illegal, it's just a discussion. Today is a discussion.
I'm
Okay.
just gonna try.
Yeah, send the email and I'll send it out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who's next? Oh my goodness. Just on the anonymous flyers we get more concerns. There must be something. Yes, Rob. Rob is from River Shores.
I'm from River Shores. I have a really simple request, and I've mentioned it to Steve a couple of times, and I'll mention it to you. And it's really it's a minor thing, and it isn't. There's part of the fence in the front, the part that connects to the small gate in the front of the complex, River Shores, and the bar on the top of that fence has come loose, and it's kind of dangling out into the street. I think with a ladder and a clamp, it could be fixed very easily. It's a two-person job. That's not going to make it look beautiful, but it will certainly fix the problem. It'll be fine. I'm just concerned because it should get fixed, but also because that could hit somebody in the head, or something could happen, and
Well, it's the long pole on the top.
Yeah, but so if the poles go along this way on the top of the fence, this one's going like this out on into the street, and it's wobbly.
Oh,
So
okay.
maybe somebody goes by and they just decide to do a basket thing, or who knows what. I think it's dangerous. I think it should be fixed. That's all.
Okay, I noted it. Anything else? Yeah.
Randy, you and Devon.
They can't hear you in the back.
Yeah, Randy, stand up so everybody we want to hear today.
I know you don't know this yet because it's not March, but the insurance.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so like in the last email, you said expected 50%, would that be I'm having a little, so I don't know what's wrong with it, but I'm having a little trouble understanding it, so that's 50% on the 475? That it was
It's
last
going
year?
up like 605,000.
Like around 605?
I think as I recall,
And then you times that by whatever percentage is
Yeah.
of our unit?
yeah,
Okay, that's, okay, just so I know that I'm
Yeah.
calculating correctly.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, but then the new board could assess for other things as well, you know, if there's big plans going on, you know, we're gonna turn this place into perfection, so perfection costs money. It's not a scare tactic, I'm just telling you from what I have,
42 years down in Broward County, this has always been my area, my 3-mile radius, and
Okay.
I cannot tell you, like, I'm like in shock, like, I don't know how people are going to live.
oh, well, there are plenty of articles in Reality Condo Land that have that concern. So far today at River Shores, I can't comment on the other two buildings. There's been no reality, but hopefully you'll see reality come April 1st.
I'm just saying in general.
No, I get it.
It's-
Did everybody hear her?
I just want, I kind of understood, I just want Tony to clarify, because.
Yeah, we gotta stand, so everybody, this is your time, folks, to really shine.
Okay, so the insurance is going up to 605,000.
I seem to recall that it was up 48%, so 48% of 475, this is for River Shores folks, so, you know, yeah, yeah,
Okay, so,
it sucks.
and our HOA in River Shores would be going up?
No, what happened was, if you recall, I sent the notice out. The notice had said, we can't wisdom. This is an opinion of wisdom. So, and I discuss it with the board because we have to think our way through things sometimes. You have to understand, in normal condominiums, which River Shores is not normal, when they raise the maintenance fees, they never go down. Never. I should never say never, maybe 98%, some ridiculous, they just rarely, if ever, go down. So wisdom in thinking about this is the insurance crisis eventually will be fixed because people are not going to tolerate much more of it. I mean, really, common sense. So the result is when you got your maintenance increase this year, based upon the amount it went up, because there was no way to budget it, because it's an open situation. Whatever it's mandated, it's required. We cannot do without it, because the board could have personal liability on it. So we raised the maintenance this year for the increase last year, but you were all told there will be a special assessment. So for after March, to pay for the increase, so what is that, 125,000, basically 110, 35, whatever it is. But, you know, we may get some money in if a lawsuit is settled, you know, everything is, we don't want to put anything in concrete because everything's always changing, right? So that's why we have to think about it rather than just, this is the way it should be. So, but a different board will do it probably differently, and that's okay, as long as it's legal.
March, you're talking about this March?
March 1st, it's due. So the insurance agent wants to come up with a different thing with Citizens that I kind of started back and forth with, that maybe the building would not be covered for 100%, and that now, again, because I've done this for years, that would affect if somebody had a mortgage, because the mortgage companies require 100% coverage. But, you know, with the price of it, the insurance, you know, everything's up, but, you know, you got to do a point of view this way, wide view, CinemaScope. So,
Earlier, just now, you said something about it could change with a lawsuit, like the assessment.
well, no, because one may be settled. We're working towards settlement on one. So there may be money coming to the association. So that would reduce,
Yes.
but again, that would be up to the new board to decide, do they want to, you know, do whatever, I don't know. But 1 second. So are you complete?
Yes,
You really understand?
yes.
So you understand why you're gonna get the assessment and why?
It went up because of last year's insurance.
Yes.
But the assessment post-March, if there is one, depending on how much, whatever.
It won't be that much, but again, it will be up to that board to figure out, because how I'm gonna handle it is, we're gonna get a loan, which is the dumbest thing in the world, but I'm gonna, we're gonna have to do it. And, let that board figure it out, because I understand we're headed for perfection, so,
Okay, I'm done.
good.
I just have a footnote. Okay,
Make sure they can hear you.
okay, so the 605, maybe.
I think that's what it was,
maybe-
yeah.
Maybe is the total.
Right.
Okay,
So it's budgeted for 75.
right.
Right.
And then, so the additional would bring it up to maybe the 605. Okay. And you're timesing that by everyone's percentage of ownership.
That's how it has to be done.
Okay. When is the approximation of when that would be due?
That will be up to the new board. They could do it in payments, they can do it in one, because you're not talking major money, right?
Okay. So and you're timesing it not by 605, you're timesing it by the difference of the
Correct.
475?
It would, because
Okay.
remember, it's been budgeted, the 475.
Okay. And so if you do that now, would that be like by May, June? Or is it like more March, April?
You know what? That's a good question. In a few weeks, I understand there's gonna be people having another one of these, community meetings. So I just found out about it. So it's okay. I think it's great. I'm all for it. I will likely be here, so it doesn't,
Okay.
we have to have voices heard, that's a good thing.
So what, in that meeting, I'll know, like?
No,
close
you
to
won't
it?
know until the new board gets on and then they make a decision. It's a board business decision how that will be handled.
And when does that happen?
April 1st. You got notice the other day about running for the board,
Okay.
for the River Shores Board. Yeah.
I'm done.
Are you a taker?
No,
Oh, God, no.
not at all.
Not at all.
If we had like a beautification and everything, I'd certainly offer my help, but that's about it.
Oh, well, that's good. I'll segue into that conversation. At one of the River Shores board meetings, it was recommended to have committees. So the new board will probably be having committees, which could be very beneficial. It was mentioned at the board meeting that there should be weekly updates. That could be very beneficial. It was, what else was mentioned? It was updates, monthly meetings. So the new board may wish to consider that as a, I don't know what business they would conduct monthly, but if that's their decision.
I'm used to just like, living over there, they had it quarterly. They didn't do it monthly, but they had it quarterly.
Well, I think somebody recommended monthly, so, it's your Christmas list, you might as well make it, so. Anything else?
Yeah, I just have a question. I'm new. All these references
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Stand up.
You
stand
are
up.
from
Want
who,
me to
from
share?
where?
Huh?
You are from where?
I'm over here.
Over there in River Bend.
Right. Am
Blessings
I
to
just
you.
Sitting in on the wrong meeting or?
No, this is this is open, it's open
So
forum, it's
your
not a board.
references to the board are
For River Shores.
River Shores only?
Yeah,
That
River
was my
Shores,
question.
yeah, good.
Can I address that? So,
And you're from River Bend and River
yeah,
Shores?
I'm Lisa Wright, and I have a unit here in River Shores and at River Bend. And to address your question, hi, how are you? So, to address your question, we have a board meeting on February 24th, which is going to be our annual meeting, where they appoint the board and the officers, et cetera, and it should be here, I think, around 10 or 10:30. So that's where our board comes in. There's been a-
As a correction, Lisa, it's not an appointment, it's an election.
Well, yeah, it's an
Yeah,
election.
it's an,
but yeah.
the board, you get to vote on them.
Right. So I mistermed it, but yes, but that's where we have our annual meeting, that's where our board gets set. And that's where, the opportunity to discuss things specific to River Bend
Okay,
will come up.
just seeing how things are going.
Well, this isn't open, so I can't address for either River Terrace or River Bend, but you're certainly welcome to ask, and then she just addressed